Hey, Loco sports fans. How'd you like that? I
I
just
was
sprung
just
that
gonna
on you.
say that was a pretty sick
Bracken
graphics
Lambert
package.
made that.
Oh
Bracken
man,
Lambert made that the other day at the Ville, and
nice,
I've been waiting to unveil it for
Heck
you. That was
yeah.
pretty cool, right? Welcome to the Loco Sports Lowdown.
sick.
Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Marcus Walsh with you. And I've messed up our styles over here because I was playing around earlier, and we don't have our names on there. So there we go. Um, but welcome to the Loco Sports Lowdown. It's got a great show tonight. It's going to be a great show tonight. We're presented by Mickelson Law Firm, our favorite sponsor, OG sponsor since the beginning, still supporting us, and you saw them in the new intro. So thanks to Mickelson Law Firm for making it all possible. We got a great show lined up tonight. Ryle Owens is in the green room before he jets off to Chile later this week. We were just talking about the cool little quaint fishing village where he'll be playing his ball this year
Wow.
down in Chile. So we'll be talking with him a little bit about his journey and where it's taking him next. We've got Loco Lights. We've got highlights from Friday Night Football, from big wins for BA and JP2. And oh shoot, we lost Ryle. He'll be back. And then we got some volleyball stuff to run down as well. The Stricklander was out at a PHA match tonight. I got some reporting from HHCA over the weekend. We'll talk about that. And big news, boys. RBC, a couple more years on the
Huge.
deal, multi-year extension to be the title sponsor of the RBC Heritage. And the really cool part of that announcement was it'll still be a signature event in
Yes.
2026 because I mean there's some question about how long that status lasts before they have to spread the wealth around to somebody else, but
Yeah.
so far so good, and we get to keep attracting the biggest best fields to the heritage. So I'm running on fumes tonight, but I'm excited because we got a great show tonight. So how you boys doing?
It's been a busy day as well. Actually, one of my longer days at the station. Prepping for a lot of stuff going on, coming up with some new ideas that I'll share with you guys soon about getting synced up and ready for football. I've got some ideas of folks to talk to and trying to crank out some more ideas for the Marcus Walsh show. Kevin and I plan to record on Saturday of this
Nice.
week. So getting going with that, and it's not going to be long until I start calling games myself. So finishing the kind of even though the season has started,
Right.
finishing kind of my
Your
preseason prep
preseason, yeah.
and
Yeah, well
getting
you're
going.
getting
Big
some
big
live game
meetings
reps.
on Thursday too, as far as our station and how things are going to look coming up starting September 5th.
10-4. How you doing,
Real
Wes?
soon.
Doing all right. Doing all right. It's been a day for sure.
It has been a day. Seems to be
Yeah.
going around. Case of the Mondays going around. And Max Araj having his own case of the Mondays, but it looks like
Yeah,
he's with us now. What's up, buddy?
there he is.
Hello, guys. How are you?
How you doing? Hanging in there?
Doing all right. Yeah,
All right.
I'm tired. I'm sunburnt. I got really sunburnt yesterday. I was hanging out at the pool
All right.
with my fam, and I got really sunburnt. And then I had to go and coach a baseball 11-12 baseball team on a really soft baseball field up in Beaufort. A really soft baseball field
Ooh, squishy.
that was
Huh?
completely
much rain?
underwater about 24 hours ago. So yeah, good
Really?
stuff.
Yeah, we had pretty good field conditions for softball practice tonight, but in this part of the county. But I think it rained more up there, right? They got it pretty good.
I mean, so we had a Top Gun tournament. If any of
Oh
you
yeah,
know what Top Gun tournaments are, um,
softball.
we had a Top Gun tournament up at Burton Wells, and we were getting to the championship game, and all of a sudden the heavens
Deluge.
opened up,
Mm.
and those fields were completely underwater in a solid 2 minutes. That's how hard it rained. And
Wow.
we look over to the batting cages. If any of you know what Burton Wells Park looks like, I
Mhm.
think all of you do. Those batting cages had a river of water just flowing around it.
Ooh.
I had never
Okay.
seen. It has been a really long time since I've seen it rain that hard.
Biblical.
So
Biblical.
yeah,
But
biblical proportions.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna have a great show tonight, and we'll start it off with a great guest as soon as he's ready. Yeah, there he is. Welcoming Ryle Owens back to the show, our resident Loco pro hooper. What's going on, man? Although you may have company in that Loco pro hooper sphere pretty soon. Speaking of which, did I see that you got out to the Nick Pringle Trays for Trey event this weekend?
Yeah, I finally made it out there. Finally was home for something. So yeah, I definitely was out there this past weekend.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I had something going on Saturday morning and couldn't get out there, and I hated it because I've always wanted to get out and support it because it's an awesome thing. It gets bigger and bigger. He did a big give back this year. Had all kinds of school supplies and snacks and stuff to send people home with. So, very cool thing. But I think we'd all agree he's kind of trying to follow your lead. I mean, you kind of blazed the trail for him a little bit. Before we get into all the details of your next gig. Talk a little about your relationship with Nick.
Man, I've known Nick for some years now. I used to coach him back when he was a lot smaller and back when he was in like middle school and high school. So like at that time I didn't realize how close in age we were, but like I felt like I was that much older than him. But the older we got, like he just became more of like a little brother to me because we've
Right.
been traveling together. I've been I stayed at his place in Columbia when he played for USC. He sends me stuff from Alabama. So like, we always had a really close relationship. Our parents are pretty close too. So we both know the responsibility we have for the city. So we kind of just like bounce ideas off of each other. Every time he has something going on or has a decision to make, he calls me. So it's like, we really tight.
Yeah. I mean, you
Love
guys
that.
have been both extremely successful at the levels of basketball that you're in, but have taken different paths to get to the point where you are now. Just talk about, how cool it is to have a fellow Loco product grinding his way towards a potential big time professional career, just as much as you are continuing to excel at the pro ranks internationally. So how cool is it to have someone else who you can talk to and feed off of, and someone you can set an example for as well as you both continue to propel your careers.
Yeah, man. It's nice now because within the past year, for the past 3 years, I think I was like the only pro, and then we had Eric Freeman come out of Battery Creek. He's also like in my class. He plays in Thailand, so he's a pro now. And then we have Nigel Boozer, who's just finished his senior year in Dallas.
Yep.
He's I actually tried to put him on with my agent, and so we're working on getting him his first professional
Nice.
deal. And then Nick, I think Nick is the biggest. I'll call him a star. He's like the biggest star. Had like the kind of more of like the traditional, like big in the limelight
Yep.
type
Mm-hmm.
career. Went to big schools and stuff like that. So, we gonna see what he's gonna do in terms of like whether it's the draft or overseas. But I just like it because now I got people I can't even say I can relate to them because all of them are like pretty much asking me how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been in it for 5 years now, but at least I get to have those conversations and still be the example. So, like, at least I can have some people who will be stepping into it real soon.
What
Yeah.
does that feel like to have those leadership qualities and to have a bunch of guys that you knew from your days just starting out in the game and to have that experience to teach them something on the next level?
To be honest, man, I like having that responsibility, and I've I wasn't always a leader, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of developed those traits being overseas, having to go over there and be the point guard of, managing 15 grown men. So it's like being an example in the city starts to feel like I'm starting to get a little more credit now than I used to when I first started out. So it's cool. And I'm still learning as I'm going. Like I rely on some of my NBA vets to, kind of coach me through the process, and then I'm just passing it on to people in the city who make it to that level.
It's awesome.
5 years now playing professionally, and is this
Well,
the fifth different stop? It's been a
No,
different spot every. Were there
I
2 years in one place?
yeah, 2 years. So this
Okay.
would be my 11th country.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
A
11th
world
country.
tour for you.
Yeah,
11 countries.
I like it though, man. Like, and you probably get like, you probably doing at least, like I said, two a year. So you go play a regular season and
Yeah.
then like a summer season, or sometimes in the middle of the season you can either get cut or bought out. So I'm saying
Yeah.
like a
Right.
lot of stuff happens. Like, in my career in the 5 years, I got cut once, but it was for like good reason. Like, I got cut after I had like a 41-point double in the win. And
Whoa.
yeah, got cut after I
Wow.
had my career high, but it was like because they wanted like this NBA guy, Cle Anthony Early, played for the Knicks.
Uh,
So it's like I wasn't really mad. And then outside of that, I got bought out 1 year. So I like played really good, and this other team wanted me, and they just paid me more to come. So that's
There you go.
been like, really good. So been
Man, a
making it,
bunch of
man.
places, but you're working your way back home. You're headed to Chile in a couple of days to what is it? Ancua?
I think it's like Ancud. Yeah, I don't even know how to say it.
Ancud. Yeah, Ancud. There we go. Ancud, fishing village. You're a little freaked out by how small it is, you said, but
Yeah,
it looks just beautiful and quaint. Marcus mentioned the great seafood they probably have there.
yeah,
So,
I have no doubt.
and as you and I were talking about the other night, those South American countries, they get wild for their sports. I think you're gonna run into some rabid fans down
yeah. Man, I like just over the years, I learned that the love for sports is big everywhere. Like just being in Asia,
Yeah.
in Europe, there's these big soccer clubs and big basketball teams. So like I've played for some really big fan bases. So I think this would be just it's my first time in the South American market, but I think it would be, similar to the other ones, just having a big fan base. And that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Just having a lot of people to back
Yeah.
you and support you. So
So this is going to be the fourth continent you've played basketball on, or like for a
there.
you Europe and Asia, you did North America, and now you're going to South America.
yep.
That's incredible. I mean, that just talk about
Australia's waiting.
Australia's waiting. I mean, yeah. I mean,
And it's crazy. Like I've definitely been in talks with like Australian teams and an African team. So it's just like
Oh
a
boy,
basketball Africa league. I
you
had an
only got
offer to come
two
after
more to
last
check
season.
off.
I mean, you might as
So
well get all the continents at this
might
point,
as
right?
well.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously it depends
Absolutely.
on certain things, but like I said, I'm just moving until like the NBA makes sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's pretty much what I'm doing.
10-4, man. Do you pick up some of the language in each of these places, or are you becoming one of those folks who speaks a bunch of different languages? I forget. There's a word for that.
I don't even know the word for it, but definitely like I pick up on the basics in every country I go to. But what a lot of people don't know is English is pretty much the number one language in a lot
Yeah.
of countries. So like I'm going
Yeah.
over there, and I can speak. I don't have to really learn the language because most of my teammates speak English, coaches speak English. Moving around the city is probably where it gets a little difficult, but
Mhm.
like I said, I try to learn the basics. Just your hellos, goodbyes, thank yous. Asking for basic things.
Mhm.
So I know a little bit of like 7 languages or something like that.
That's
What
wild.
have been some of the different styles, if any, of basketball that you've played in all those different countries, and what's impressed you about all of them?
So honestly, the higher and higher I get, the more I notice that basketball becomes the same. So when I first started out in Europe,
Mhm.
the first 2 years, it's traditional. Like people say, like they move the ball more, they play more team oriented. But um, it is true. But I guess it also depends on your coach's style. So like I played in Europe where I played team ball, and I played in Europe where they want me to be the guy. It just depends on the team, and I guess how the coach wants the team to be ran. In the Middle East, it's strictly buckets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just go over there and they want you to put on a show and score. And the better teams normally do have like good team chemistry. So like my past team, actually my past 2 teams, the last 2 teams I went to the championship were like really good teams in terms of like would compete with the European markets in terms of like having good rosters and ball movement and not just solely relying on me to be the guy. Even though I was the guy, I still had a lot of help. So it was cool.
Now, if I'm looking at this correctly, if I read this correctly, you were the Finals MVP in the Jordan Premier League this past year. Talk me through that season and how rewarding that was to earn that award.
Yeah, man. I had like a kind of a rough start to the year. I took my team to the championship in Iraq the previous season, and that
Wow.
same team re-signed me. But then when I got there, I guess they had some money issues with like getting sued by former players or something like that. So I ended up leaving. And then I went to Bosnia in Europe. I went to Bosnia and kind of a similar situation. I just signed to a really bad team. They just called me last minute to try to help them save their season. We ended up, I was only in Bosnia for like 4 games. And then Jordan called That's the one said I got bought out. Like Jordan called, and I was there for pretty much the whole season, and then playoffs, and so I didn't really have to get I didn't walk into a Final Four or a championship. Like we had to earn it. So that's why it was really good for me. And to be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to win the award, not because of based on how I played. I just didn't think I was there long enough, you know. So I was there for like 4 or 5 months, but I mean, like, I put my imprint on the game as soon as I got there. Became one of the country's favorites. Got considered for the national team, so I might be playing national team basketball for Jordan, like in like Olympic qualifier.
Wow.
How's that work?
So they give you a citizenship, and it's like a 10-year citizenship, and then I'll be playing. So like you have seen like I'm trying to think of NBA player like Jordan Clarkson plays for, I think he's Puerto Rico or Philippines. He plays for the Philippines, like in the Olympics, or like for example, like you can.
That's wild. They're just throwing out citizenship to put people on their national team.
Well, no, you're only allowed to have one or two
Oh,
people.
okay.
So it's like you only can have one or two. So like there's a lot of Americans that play for national teams all across the, like literally like every country has at least one or two. I mean two at the most though. So yeah, so you know, pretty much they normally for national team stuff, they normally go for like high caliber NBA guys or whatever. But because I played in the country, and they've actually seen eyes on me, like, you know, I've been considered for it. So it's nothing set in stone. You know, they have Ryan Hollis Jefferson, you know, like the left-handed Kobe that was calling him in the Olympics. He's on the team as well. He's, you know, an NBA player. So hopefully I'll get to, you know, connect with him and we will be playing together. So we'll see.
That'd be fun, man. That'd be
That's
wild and
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit of a timeline. You signed just a few days ago, right? And you're shipping off on Wednesday.
Yeah, I signed like 2 weeks ago. They kind of waited to release it, I guess, for whatever reason. Yeah, but I signed about 2 weeks ago, so I knew I was straight for about a month now. I've been pretty much cooling and just waiting on my day. I just got my flights today actually, so I'm leaving Wednesday. Got some packing to do tomorrow, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. I thought the flights were going to be shorter than going in the Middle East and Asia, but it's not much of a difference.
Still pretty good haul down there.
Yeah,
I mean, you're getting down to the southern part of South America, so
I'm going all
you're
the
gonna
way
be down there. It's gonna be warm. But so what's the season? What's it look like? How long's it run? All that kind of stuff.
All right, so this season goes all year long, but they break it up in 3 different like competitions, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be there for one of the competitions until December. And it's pretty much like you know how they have Champions League in soccer? So like I'll be playing like Champions League for basketball in this this segment. So it's like I'll be down there until December, and then I have an offer to go back to Jordan in December when they start. So I already have that offer.
That is cool.
I'm kind of waiting to accept it to see what comes up after, you know, I go crazy this season. So I'm gonna wait.
You might like it.
Yeah, I'm wait and see.
That South American vibe.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You've been putting in the work. I mean, anybody who follows you on social media sees the work that goes into it, and it's no secret that that's what it takes. And so, you know, talk a little bit about, you know, maybe for the benefit of kids who want to follow in your footsteps here, about the work you put in day to day in the off season.
Yeah, man. Honestly, like it just takes consistency. You know, a lot of kids come ask me or have parents ask me at my camp, or I get a lot of messages. Just they think it's like instant. Now, you know, like, or for example, like I'll have people I train while I'm home and they only show up 2 times a week, or, you know, I'm like, bro, if you want to be good, I know the kids in Hilton Head and Bluffton are training like every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you can't come to me 2 times a week and think it's just gonna work. Like you have to put in time every day. And I do try to stress, like tell them that it's not really about killing yourself or working hard 7 days a week. It's just about being consistent. So you can have slow days, you can have really hard days, but it's just about stacking days and being consistent. And then like before you know it, you know, the results will start to show over time. Won't be instant, but it will show, and it'll show if you are consistent, it'll show when it matters, you know. So
And quality over quantity, focusing
Yeah.
on the right
Right.
things and
Yeah.
doing it the right way every
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah.
that's where that repetition builds muscle memory and speeds you up and all those things. So
For sure.
that's the one thing I see. Kids, it's not just time spent. You know,
Exactly.
You
like
do it with
if you're
purpose.
putting in bad reps, you're hurting yourself.
A lot of
So it's
kids,
got to be
they're
good reps.
like a lot of kids are in the gym for 2-3 hours in a day, and they always posting it like I'm in the gym, but they're in there clowning around, like not getting better. So it's like
Right.
my workouts are like 45 minutes, like, but I'm getting like really good.
It's all about doing it with intent. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Exactly.
intent.
there's much more than just going in the gym and
Right.
hanging around and doing so and so. It's all with intent to train various muscles, various
Yep.
aspects and components to get yourself better. But Ryle, it's been just an incredible journey that we have seen from afar, but talked about how much the early stages of being around here in the island and the low country meant to you to really springboard yourself towards the journey that you eventually went on. How important was this low country to you, and what would it mean to see more kids and young people follow in your footsteps to become professional athletes and more so just become successful and hardworking individuals?
Yeah, man. Man, just I guess growing up in this area, seeing that there was none. I mean, like I felt like it was the perfect opportunity for me to be the one, you know. So like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like hard. It was like obviously getting eyes down here and stuff. Kind of like it's hard, but like now that I'm in the position and I have connections, I can use my connections to refer people who I think deserve or are
Mhm.
worthy of going that route. Because a lot of kids think they can go pro and
Right.
want to, and they want to get put on with the agents and stuff. But I'm like, I'm not about to put my credibility on the line for some
Right.
sorry Buford kid. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like people like who actually like I think and I know could go play. I mean, I'll do whatever for them. And like I said, in terms of getting eyes down here, man, I think I was just a blueprint, but I think Nick is gonna draw a
Oh
ton
yeah.
more. Like he has a bigger reach than I do because I'm more overseas and he's more here. I didn't really realize how much impact I had, but seeing Nick and then like I don't know, I don't like I'm not taking credit for Nick by any means, but seeing him and like how much he like consults me and talks to me and whatever, like
Mhm.
that's where I start to realize how much impact I had. Because I'm like,
Right.
man, this kid is big time. Like Nick is
Yeah.
really like big time. So I'll be like, I'm just happy that I have a place in his life that he lets me, kind of like guide him,
Yeah, you're like, why are you asking me for advice, man? You're killing the game. you
That's how
you
I
made
like
more in NIL last year than I made my whole
that I made my
career,
whole
bro.
career. Exactly. Like yeah.
No,
He's
you just missed the boat on that, man. Your
yeah.
timing was a little off there.
NIL didn't start till after I got out of college. So it
Yeah.
was crazy,
Wow.
man. But Nick still looks out for me, man. Like I said, his NIL deals, I get a part of them. Like if he got sponsorships and stuff, I get some free stuff. So it's all good.
There you go. There you go. It's good to have friends. Good to have friends. Well, kind of set the stage for us. What are you going to do this year, man? You've already hinted that you're going to go crazy down here in South America, but what have you added to your game? What's going to help you go to the next level this year?
Honestly, I was just being very intentional on physical things, not necessarily basketball things. So just I want to I was always very athletic, but I want to maintain it the older I get. So I've been
Yeah.
focusing on knee health and stuff like that. And obviously, like you still learn the game as much as possible, watch a lot of film. But I set my goals before every season. Like, I mean, I have a goal to my first goal every time is like I've done everything at this point. I want to win a championship. I've been to 2 and lost, so I'm sorry. Like I think that's my biggest goal is to win a championship. I've got the finals MVP. I've made like all league teams. I've been an all-star. Like, um, 2 biggest goals for me is just to increase my value in the market, get more money, and then win a championship.
Amen.
No, yeah, I'm not sure how much you're of a soccer fan or football as they call it down there, but tell you
Football.
what, from what I've watched in terms of soccer in South America, those fans get pretty rowdy. So,
Oh yeah.
how excited are you
Baseball.
to play for a new environment and to play in front of some passionate fans down there in South America?
I'm very excited, man, because a lot of people, I mean, like a lot of people, if you don't know me, I'm very reserved. But when I play basketball, I'm like a different person. And like the crowd is like my support. I don't know, like the gym's empty. I'm just like, it's harder for me to play. But the more people that are there, the easier it is for me to have big games. And that's like a lot of people are afraid of that light, you know what I'm saying? Like being like the focal point. But I'm kind of backwards. I hate it in real life. You know, I hate having attention in real life, but when I'm on a court, like I want a million people in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm excited to play for this big fan base. This fan base is huge. And like I said, like they're just going to carry me through this season. I go as they go.
Amen, man. You fellas got any more for Ryle before we let him go start packing?
I'm just taking a look at some of your numbers. It's certainly been great for me to get to talk to you and get to know you a little bit. Best of luck, man. I mean, this sounds like an amazing opportunity. I know you've been at it for a long time, and just good luck down there in South America, and way to represent the Low Country. We're really proud for you and proud of you, and we'll be rooting for you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, man.
Last winter, you were playing ball here in Beaufort last winter, weren't you?
So yeah, I'm banned from Beaufort County from playing in any leagues.
I could see why, dude. I was watching you play, man.
They kicked you out of the league.
Yeah, no, I got an email. My team got an email, and I say I can't sign up for any more leagues in like recreation or anything. Like, they had some league, and my team went undefeated, and I averaged like 54 points.
Oh
yeah, he was going nuts.
He
He was going
Like,
nuts.
no,
He
you
was
went,
like,
you
legit
went and clowned them
54
boys.
points. I think my lowest scoring game was like 47 or something like that.
Wow.
he was going
You went and
nuts.
clowned them boys.
I sat there through all your games during the winter. I was just like, why is he playing here?
That's a worthy ban. That's a worthy ban. You don't need to be crashing them men's leagues.
The thing is, I don't understand it because you go to any other city, they allow their pros to play in leagues. Like Beaufort just needs to get more talent, or just I don't know. They need to do
I'm just
something.
saying, if a professional played in the men's baseball league, someone would die.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Someone would die. We
But
had a couple
basketball,
like
someone would
legit
die.
college guys playing, and it was scary.
Basketball is the one sport
We
that
still do
everybody thinks
now. I mean, like, I'm not lying. Like Justin, like our adult league still has like current college players.
Oh
which is
yeah,
just
I'm
crazy.
just
No, but like if
talking
you had a
about my
Major
point
League
of
Baseball
reference.
player join the.
I mean, we've had,
That would be unreal.
it would
I
be,
think that
it
has
would be
happened
crazy.
before, but not
There's
here.
some crazy stuff, man.
I believe you joined Jason Williams as another person who was previously banned from Beaufort County Rec League
The
basketball.
NBA player Jason Williams.
Yeah, he used to live here.
Oh wow.
I know he had a brother or something down here. I'm about to say, I knew he was out in the Bluffton.
Oh, not White Chocolate, the old Jason Williams.
Oh, I know.
one
So,
with-
did you know that White Chocolate also was in the area? Yeah.
Yeah, I know his brother-in-law. His
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
So
really
I don't
well.
know the other
And
Jason
his
Williams. I'm trying to think of who he is.
old Jason Williams with a Y. The one who shot his limo driver or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, he used to live in Berkeley Hall, and he got banned from the rec
That
league
one.
too. But
Wow, that's crazy. Oh wow, that's really crazy because that story was a couple of years ago. But I know who you're talking about. He's a little younger than me. That's wild though.
yeah, man. So anyway,
crazy.
great catching up with you, brother. And it's like Wes said, it's been an absolute joy to watch your career unfold. I mean, I think back to when you were coming out of Young Harris and prepping for hoping to get drafted and just waiting to see what was next. And look at you now, man. It's like so much water under the bridge, and you got a future, wherever it leads. So it's awesome, brother.
Appreciate you guys for sure, man.
All right, man. Great talking with you. We'll catch up with you real soon. Safe travels to Chile. Ryle Owens. See you later, brother.
Get there safely, Ryle.
Later,
Good
guys.
talking to you, man.
Later, man.
Good guy right there, and definitely set a blueprint.
I will say, there's a good reason for him being banned from Beaver County. It's because he was
Yeah.
averaging so much.
Well,
I'm
mean,
not
he's
joking.
just
He
ruining
was-
it. Just ruining
I
it
mean,
for everybody.
he'd take the casual half court shot and just swish it in. It was so much fun because I sat through all those games too because I was running the scoreboard for those games when we were doing the basketball season stuff for
I
Beaver
guarantee you,
County.
it
And
wasn't
wow.
even his offense that got him banned. It was his defense because nobody could even get a
probably.
shot off against him. Guaranteed.
Right.
No.
Right.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Seriously though, like when I would I was like, Ryle walked into the gym and I just was like, Ryle Owens is here. What is he doing here? And he just gets on the jersey and starts playing. I was like, oh my god, these guys are in for it. It was just
that's
so
amazing.
funny. It was so
That's
funny.
amazing.
Crazy.
Shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Where's my thing? I got too many things open. There we go. We got Hudson Seafood House on the docks. They are a great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. And presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. The boys are still on hiatus, but they'll be back September 2nd with a new
2
episode
weeks.
of Under the Bus, or whatever that Tuesday after Labor Day is. I think it's the 2nd.
Yeah. It's 2 weeks.
We also got Twinge and Twombly, personal injury attorneys. Rare name, remarkable service, referred to us by the wonderful Jeff Riley. So if you need a personal injury attorney, get in touch with Twinge and Twombly out of Beaufort. HHI Windows and Doors, improving your view of the Low Country. Coach Barron over at Hilton Head Prep, former basketball coach, now in the business of windows and doors. And they want to improve your view of the Low Country at HHI Windows and Doors. All right, boys. We teased it at the top, but RBC is back on board for a multi-year extension. I didn't see it spell out how long it was, so I don't know if there's some kind of conditional status, but they did say a multi-year extension. So for, at the very least, we've got 2 years of RBC sponsorship, and the big part of the announcement, the 2026 Heritage will again be a signature event. So we should have a top flight field once again for
And I think,
I guess it's the
yeah.
third weekend in April.
I was reading more into it because I saw it come across my feed, and that's why I shared it with y'all in the chat earlier today. Just was like, it's fantastic. Obviously, like I couldn't think of a better thing to be put together is bring back RBC for the Heritage and for future Heritage tournaments. The other thing was saying like they're pushing for the Heritage tournament to be a signature event for hopefully the foreseeable future, not just 2026 but beyond 2026 as well. And you know what? I don't hate it at all. I think like if you want to have a well, of course I don't hate it, but like you would think that the PGA players wouldn't hate it either because they've enjoyed so much playing the RBC Heritage over the last few years that it's been a signature event. So I think like if you want a signature event to be a signature event, continuously for the foreseeable future, I would have to say it would have to be the RBC Heritage.
I mean, if you look at the last 4 champions, Jordan Spieth, Matt Fitzpatrick, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas. I mean, that is a pretty formidable.
That's heavy hitters.
Yeah, I mean, those are the cream of the crop right there. So, I mean, this tournament has shown that it has delivered the best names in golf to come over here, especially the week after the Masters, where that can be a difficult sell when you're right after a big time tournament, like a major. So you have to find a way to get these golfers an opportunity to compete at a tournament like this. Steve Wilmot has done a fantastic job. That whole committee has done a fantastic job, and Harbortown just speaks for itself. The tremendous prestige of that course. And just looking back to I go back to the pandemic year because it was so crucial, because it was such a high caliber event, because there's so many high prestige players that were there, and it just really continued from that point on. And it always has, even before that. You've seen tremendous talent. But I just think the last few years, especially, the just crop of outstanding golfers in terms of top 20, top 15, top 10. has risen seemingly year after year.
Yeah.
Since
And,
the COVID year, really.
Well, I
That
think,
was the big year.
in my
But-
opinion, I think the other thing would be the history of this tournament as well. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is one of the longest running PGA Tour events currently
I
on
believe
the
it is
schedule.
the longest running
Probably.
without a venue
Is it?
change, if I'm not
Probably is,
mistaken.
yeah.
Okay,
Seriously.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been going on for almost, 60 years, if not longer,
Yeah,
correct?
I think it's
Yeah.
the longest continuous at one venue.
know,
It was
If I'm
and-
not
incredible.
mistaken.
I
And
think
so
I think the history is important with it. if
yeah,
I'm
I
being
mean you
honest
got
with you.
Arnold
Yeah.
Palmer won
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
You
I
got
think it was
Arnie
all
and
the way
Jack.
back.
Like
59 was the first one, so it's
Yeah.
going on
And
60 for sure.
and yeah, I mean, how many more? Like obviously the Sawgrass 17, you can probably run off the 18th Augusta, but you're just looking at the most iconic holes in golf. I think the 18th hole Harbortown has
18th,
to be at least top 10.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No question.
And I think it also benefits the tour. It may have been an unintended consequence. You know, I think they did the signature thing here in part to boost the tournament because it had, you know, the
Yeah,
lull.
it struggled at one point.
But then I think what they may have realized is, you know, it really behooves us to have the guys who are just playing at the Masters playing again when people turn it on the next week. at this beautiful
because
place.
people are
Because they'll
having
tune
golf
out.
fever
If they turn it on and they
after-
don't know any
yeah.
of the guys on the leaderboard,
Yeah.
casual fans will tune out. But
Right.
they're energized by the Masters, so then golf's on.
And
It's a
Yeah.
harbor
the
town.
other
Yeah.
And they
the
put
other
it on
thing,
and they see names they
obviously,
know, they might stay
Right.
play.
All right.
with
I'm just
with the
saying
fact
the
that you've got
difficulty of having it the week after Masters is you have players who want to take that week off. Like this
Right.
Masters is such a high stakes, high pressure tournament that
Right.
we want to take some time off, but the allure of Harbortown, the relaxation of
Yeah.
it, and just an area where families can or golfers can bring their families on vacation
Mhm.
that week after a big tournament like the Masters, and it's just a
Yeah.
great family affair. That's what Harbortown brings, and it's such a perfect time of the year. Normally the weather cooperates.
Spring
It
break.
was beautiful last year. It's not too warm yet. It's
Right.
just a
Even when it's
beautiful-
bad, it's not that bad.
yeah.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Yep.
Here's
The other thing I would say, the other thing I would say is,
Oh, Marcus
I
is trying to
think-
get in.
I
Yeah,
am. Go ahead, Max.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead. I'll save mine. Go ahead.
I'll say this for sure. Obviously, with the fact that you're talking that it's entrenched in the southeast portion of the schedule, that's a huge thing. You're not going from one
Right.
section of the country to
Yeah.
another. That's
Yeah.
a huge thing.
It's a
because
short
it doesn't
drive from
take-
Augusta
Yeah,
too.
It doesn't take long to
thing.
get from Augusta there to Harbortown
2
on the
hours,
south end of
maybe
Hilton Head
less.
for
Yeah,
sure.
a couple hours.
And that's the other
quiet
thing. The other thing too is just how the amenities are set up with everything. And again, you think about
Yeah.
the winners going back to Webb Simpson in 2020, and throughout we've had some great ones, and it's just a great event. It's been set up great.
Yes.
I've obviously entrenched myself into it a lot. And JJ's right. You might get a couple of days where it's raining, but you should get out of the entire week, counting the practice rounds, you should get at least 4 days of beautiful weather. A few days, especially earlier in the week, can be a little dicey. I know
Yeah.
from past experience for sure. But for the
Yeah, I
most
mean,
part,
sometimes it's a little
awesome how
hot,
it's
but
set
it's
up.
not terribly hot. And sometimes
was-
it's a little
It was
cold,
a
but
little
it's not
steamy when I was out
terribly
there last
Yeah.
Saturday. This last year
Last
on
year
the Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah, it was pretty toast. It gets pretty toasty out there most years.
It does.
Yes,
Although there have
does,
been some
especially when
chilly
it's
years
warm.
too.
That's
But
why
the
you're
weather is
walking in
better
the shade.
back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the course
I
got
would
crispy
say,
this year.
yeah, I would say the other thing is, you look at the difficulty of, Harbortown. It's just it's a course in and
Such
of
a
its
great
like
course.
on its own. It's
It
set at
is.
its own level. I mean, and really, it just because it is one of, if not the most technical course, I think, on the PGA Tour. I think it's you have to make smart shot after smart shot. And I think
Yeah.
the great part is you play at the Masters, obviously Augusta National, one of the most difficult courses you can play on, very difficult course, but you go to Harbortown and it's also a very difficult course, but in a completely different way.
Completely
And I think-
different test. Yeah.
And
Totally
I think
different test.
I think that's what makes it so exciting, is because a lot of these golfers are coming from Augusta and are having to change their entire, outlook on how to play a course when they come over to Hilton Head following what is a very, rigorous event like the Masters.
And who was the first player to win the Heritage and the Masters back to back?
Oh,
There's your
gosh.
Heritage trivia question. The Masters and the Heritage back to back.
It wouldn't be Arnie, would it?
Scotty
No.
was the second.
Yeah,
Arnold
no.
It
was
was
not.
Bernhard Langer.
Oh,
Bernhard
Langer.
Langer.
Yeah,
I was
Bernhard
about to
Langer.
say Tom Watson,
about
but
it?
I don't know why.
Yeah, Bernhard Langer.
Or good
I was
old
gonna say
Barney.
Tom Watson, but I knew that was wrong.
He was an interesting little fella.
Yeah, I was trying
Still
to
is,
think
I
of any other
suppose.
set, Scotty.
I
Heck of a
still will
player.
always remember Davis Love the
Coach
third
Beach,
winning.
you're wrong. It's not Palmer. It's Bernhard Langer. Coach Beach just texted me your answer. But
I guessed him too,
anyway,
Sarah.
Heritage is coming around the bend.
Yeah, I would.
But
One more thing I would say is people were asking, RBC when this came out was whether they were going to, change signature events between the Canadian Open and the Heritage. And the one thing I loved was, and it just shows how much the Heritage, means to the RBC. And they said, no, if we're going to choose a signature event, it's going to be the Heritage for the foreseeable future. Like if they're going to have a signature event, it won't be
that's a compliment to the allure of Harbour Town. I mean,
absolutely.
because the PGA Tour said that none of these signature events are going to stay, or very little of them are going to stay put. They were trying to
temporary,
temporary. Sprinkle them along different events, but the way the success that we've seen the Heritage achieve these last few years, I mean, why would you not have the Heritage right now continue to? Yeah, if it works, why fix it? Why change it?
Yeah,
right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so the Heritage marches on. Thank goodness. We get another Heritage.
Yeah,
Heritage.
I wouldn't
want to have that sponsorless Heritage again.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now, let's talk some football, boys. We got a few highlights.
Yeah. Yes,
we got Wes's highlights from Hilton Head Prep BA, and Prep looked pretty good
early. Yeah, Cargill was moving it, but that first drive kind of stalled, and then after that, kind of snowballed quickly for that Dolphins squad.
Yeah,
but I like White Harmer and the way he started off. Some good progression there.
Yeah, he's
the outlet on the right side.
He's got a great
mind
for the game.
Burst. A couple years ago.
Yes,
a couple of yards.
Huge.
I would
say
where
he was a couple years ago.
I mean, looking at that offensive line for Prep, it's not small.
That was the
they got some size up front. They slowed down the run game early. Great open field tackle right there.
Yeah.
They did a good job against the run early. They just wore down.
Yep.
It was so hot.
It was.
Yeah.
Tough conditions.
I would think Buford Academy might have more depth.
What a catch!
What a great!
Wow! What a play!
Fripp, Baby Dev.
Oh my goodness! Fripp
that guy can get up and get it. I forgot.
We've been covering Baby Dev forever.
We have.
Yeah.
That goes back to the Nick Field days.
Yeah.
Good run.
I remember when he was hyping him up.
Yeah. When he was like
back.
in 7th grade.
Yeah. He's on the basketball court now. He's doing it on the football field. He's running down the sideline.
Yeah, I'll say this. I would not want to be playing a 5 o'clock game at this time.
Going deep.
Not gonna
it was awful, dude. Baby Dev runs under it. And he wasn't done yet.
I completely agree, Max.
Oh, it was.
I would not want to be
bad. I didn't even want to be taking photos at it. I went and stood in the shade. It was terrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
As Ross Saunders told me last night, I wouldn't wish that weather on any team.
No.
Yeah, right.
That's a
exactly.
Open field tackle right there, too.
I think the other.
Prep's going to be some people.
Because I've played at Prep. I've played football at Prep before. And wow.
That's Jay's pop.
What a throw.
I feel like he's been there
I'll say
forever,
this.
too.
I've played at Prep.
Yes.
Yeah, I've played at Prep before, but as a Hilton Christian player, it was literally the last game of the regular season, so it was like
Right.
nice and cool outside
It was
Not as
in
great.
the
bad.
afternoon,
Yeah.
so it was great.
Ben
But
Davis.
I
with
can't
the
imagine
pick,
trying to play first game of the season at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
and Nick Underwood happened.
Well,
Ran right
5
to the
o'clock's
wall.
better than 2 or 3 o'clock.
Goodbye.
But yeah,
Sure.
I think that's going to be the biggest struggle if you're prep this year is
Yes.
how much depth do you have?
Right.
yeah,
Without
yeah.
They
question.
got
They had a
playmakers,
decent
they
number
do.
of bodies on the sidelines.
That's
they?
been their
Okay.
issue, but they're getting better
There
with
we
it out
go.
being.
Fortunately,
Great
couldn't
throw.
get anything out of that drive.
They're pretty well coached. I mean, you can see that.
And here's the
Oh, wow. I would hope
here's the
so.
knockout
Coach
blow
McFadden,
after the rain shower.
Well, yeah, but
You would
one
hope
man
so.
can't do it. But he's
Ooh.
got a staff.
The
There
storm.
Look
goes
at
Baby
that
Dev.
scene.
Baby Dev.
Peace out.
Yeah,
Man.
to the house.
Goodbye.
Jesus, that is those are some legs, man.
Wow.
Catch him. That was dirty business from Devin Fripp.
Roadrunner.
Hilton Prep rolls 36-0, and then we got the nightcap. Oop. There we go.
Oh, what a scene this
JP2
was.
faithful stuck
an
around after the rain delay. Colton Prep came
By the
in
way,
fired
the
up,
reason
but
so JP2 decided they didn't want to run through the paper or the banner or anything like that. They were just ready to go and play football. I don't blame them.
okay.
They played well.
That they did.
There's Andrew Boyden. He had a big
Good
night.
business.
By the way,
guard turned
myself
running back.
and Justin Jarrett, we have the stats, offensive stats from JP2. If y'all want to hear them when we're done.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, win.
Look at that. Off he goes. Alan Wolf, second play
Here
from
comes the
scrimmage
team. Look at that.
into the end zone.
Those are awesome
I
looking
was just
jerseys.
standing there. They just all come running past me. It was great. It was a good video.
You know what I learned today is my boy Russell Spencer, the ninth grader, graded out as the top offensive lineman for JP2 on Friday.
He's 6'2",
Really? Yeah, okay.
like 275, isn't he? From
Every
what I
bit of
remember
Every
Every
Gilligan
bit of
saying.
it.
Is this?
Yeah,
How do
he
they
is
grade
a
the?
big
They have the
boy.
special technology to, like the.
I think
the
they
NFL
just-
does to grade linemen though?
No, I think
Goodbye.
they just look at film and rate their blocks.
Yeah.
But they do most offensive line coaches grade their guys though.
Yeah.
I would
Punched
say
it
this.
in
I think
again.
Colin Prep had a
Boyden.
good team, but I just think JP2 really shocked them.
I think JP2 just kind of caught him flat-footed. I don't think they were ready.
Yeah.
I think they thought that they were the better
Yeah,
team.
Sometimes you can overlook a game like this.
Yeah.
season
weren't that
opener.
night,
They
yeah,
normally
you know?
don't though, which is why I caught me
know.
off guard. In the past,
But I
know.
just think everyone
they've normally
thought-
been on it to start the year, so that is what really
know.
shocked me.
I mean, that's
I just expected a lot
Yeah.
more, especially from that defense. I expect a lot more from that Carlton Prep group, but
here's
you know,
the
sometimes you get flat-footed when you don't expect it.
Kudos
Yeah.
to
Here's
JP2
the,
though.
here's the
because
offense-
he just came out.
Shane Milligan, what a job! What a job by Coach
Yeah,
Milligan
heck
and
of a
his
job.
team.
Man,
Yeah, you got some
that's
stats
season
over there.
off to a right
Max?
start.
Yeah, here's some of the offensive lines for you. Alan Wolf, probably player of the game, I would assume. 10 carries for 127 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. He was also 3 of 5 passing for 90 yards and a passing touchdown, which was a 58-yard passing touchdown to Jaden, the freshman Jaden. How do you say his last name?
Inabinate.
Okay,
Ooh.
Inabinate.
Okay.
Okay.
Inabinate.
So, great game for Alan Wolf. Andrew Boyden was the
Beast.
dog for them.
Yeah.
He was a beast for them. He was the one carrying them in terms of rushing. 21 carries for 134 yards, a touchdown, and he averaged 6.3 yards per carry. I mean, that's really good. Like that's really good. If you're that coaching staff for JP2, you like what you saw out of that game. And then the freshman, Jaden Inabinate.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay. 5 carries for 26 yards, 1 catch for 58 yards for that touchdown that Alan Wolf threw. Total rushing yards for them in the game, 305 rushing
Oof.
yards for them
Yeah.
on Friday night.
That's serious work. And
300.
some defensive numbers too. Zach Mouton had 10 tackles in the secondary. Sean Phelan had 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and Taylor Murphy 6 tackles and a pick. And then Jackson Riley, I thought was kind of an unsung hero. 4 for 4 on PATs, 1 for 2 on field goals made from 30, and had an interception on defense as well. So really good showing from those guys.
I just think,
that's a big win for them.
See,
when me and Justin, when myself and Justin were there, I think what really shook us with that JP2 team is what that O-line looked like.
Oof.
Like, I did not expect the O-line
Well,
to be
and
their
the biggest
size.
dude on there was out, and he's back next week. Jonathan Dominguez.
Exactly.
He's a 300-pounder.
That's my point. That's not a small offensive line. And,
No.
Coach Milligan said it himself, like, that is the biggest offensive line he has had in his time coaching JP2. That's going to be a real factor for them. Now, do I think this coming Friday?
They don't, with that
help them?
offense, with that flex bone, they don't have to hold the defensive line up for long for those guys to get loose.
They got big enough dudes that can hold them up for a decent amount of time.
I don't think it was a fluke. I think it's got some staying power.
Yep.
I do.
yeah.
Some stats on BA. Nick Schuford Jr., 8 of 10 for 184 and 2 touchdowns, 6 rushes for 63 yards, and he had 3 tackles. I think you missed this. You had him for more, Wes, but that's because the last touchdown to Polk was from Ben Davis. Okay. So Nick Underwood had 11 for 147 and a TD, 4 tackles and a tackle for loss. Jace Polk, 5 catches for 140 and 2 touchdowns. Baby Dev, 2 for 85 and a touchdown, receiving 91-yard kick return, 6 tackles and a tackle for loss. And then the big uglies, Trey Delaney and Raheem Saunders combined for 6 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and Raheem recovered a fumble. And they did work on the front on the offensive line too.
Did I hear there were some D1 scouts at that game?
Really?
Oh, I don't know, but Raheem has one D1 offer at least. But I wouldn't imagine the scouts were out.
Someone told me there were some D1 scouts at the game. I wasn't sure if y'all saw them or not.
I don't know. I saw some dude standing over in the shade making notes on a notepad who looked kind of sus, but I don't know who he was. I didn't know if he was scouting as a recruit, scouting recruits or scouting because they're going to play them next week or something. I wasn't sure. He didn't look. I mean, it was hard to tell. I couldn't tell what his logo on his shirt was, but he did look like he was doing some kind of scouting. So maybe there's something to that.
Gotcha.
Hard to say.
I will say, JP2's got a tough road test this coming Friday. They got a tough.
They do.
Road test.
Yeah, they do.
Lawrence
Manning.
Lawrence Manning.
I think it's to their benefit that Lawrence Manning hasn't played yet, and they have.
I do agree with that.
Sharper.
I'll say this because I've been doing some research on this today. That Lawrence Manning team did not play great last season. I mean, they did do really well against JP2, but that was a very different looking JP2 team last season compared to what we just saw on Friday.
Right.
Very young Lawrence Manning team from last season as well. So, they finished 3-8 on the year. They did not have a great 4A schedule for them. Got rocked around pretty well, but they're a more experienced team this season. So they're coming in with they didn't lose a lot of players. So this is going to be a tough road test for JP2, but I wouldn't be shocked if JP2 plays a much better game than they did last year against this team. Wouldn't be shocked
I expect
at all.
them to be competitive. I do expect them to be competitive after what I saw on Friday.
The other thing would be, they are on the road. They are on the road, and I've seen some vids from Lawrence Manning games. That fan base is something else.
Rabid.
Yeah.
So, first week of football in the books. Those are the highlights we have. We don't have highlights from the other 2 games that were played outside the area, but Hilton Head Christian taking a tough loss at Porter Goud.
They played well though.
Stats from that, yeah, they did. They gave up nothing through the air. They just got gashed on the ground late. But
that's
Reed
really
McCollum was. Yeah, Reed McCollum was 16 of 30 for 152, a touchdown, a pick, 13 rushing for 25 yards, 8 tackles and a tackle for loss on defense.
Man,
that's Iron Man football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson
Navy
Richardson
Jam
had
Club.
11 tackles. Logan Baker had a big game, 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, a sack, and a forced fumble. And Tommy
Wow.
Jem with the 95-yard kick return touchdown.
I
Some of
mean,
the highlights
at
for
one point,
Richardson.
I
You
like
know,
that
when-
kid. I like that kid a lot.
when we,
He's
I
lightning.
mean, Justin, when we were at the game, I think before you left, I mean, it was only a 19-14 game in favor of Port of God. I mean, it was
Yeah, and they
really
were
cool.
driving, and HHCA was driving, and they turned it
They were in
over
the
on
red zone.
downs in the red zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a very competitive game for
If I'm
3.5
Hilton
quarters.
Christian, you know, if I'm Hilton Christian, I'm Ron Puzzi. Obviously, I'd be disappointed because he lost, but that's a solid Portugal team. That was the team who finished the 4A runner-ups last year. So I know they lost a lot of players. They're a younger team this year, but I mean, it's a strong program that over there.
Well, it looks
I'd
like
be
they
ha-
just kind of got worn down in the trenches late, you know. So.
Yeah, if I'm Hilton Christian, I'd be happy with how that
Yeah.
game went, and I
Much
would
better
say,
honestly,
than
I
a year
agree, too.
ago, and I think this
Yeah.
seems to be much improved, and the way they hung with them for at least a decent part of that game is very
Mhm.
encouraging. And I think Ron Peduzzi has to be pleased with, especially on the road, the way, because that is not an easy place to compete
Yeah.
and play over there at Porter Goud. So all in all, you know,
I think
certainly you'd love to. You know, you play every game, you try to get the win, but I think at the end of the day, I think
Yeah.
you have to take a lot of positives. And now you get a home
Yeah.
opener in a game that you should be targeting to win
Very
against the
interesting.
Battle
Yeah,
Creek team that
absolutely.
certainly should put up a fight in that game. It's very intriguing, and I'm looking forward to
I
hearing.
think that's going to be a
your-
coin toss, like one of those coin flip
Yeah.
games where it could just go
Yeah.
either way.
no
You
doubt.
I think
target
I think
you
if Creek can
target to
stay
win
in
it, but you do not overlook Battery Creek.
No,
Battery Creek is
No,
a tough
No,
football team.
absolutely. Well, they didn't. I don't think Christian Academy overlooked them last year because it was a tough
No.
game last year for those two.
Correct. Yeah, I'm just
So
putting my
if I'm
2 cents
Ron
in, especially
Pizzi,
with the
I'm
fact
not
I'm going to be
overlooking
there.
this game. Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
No,
100%.
there's no chance at all. Especially with them being, you know, a little undersized up front. I mean, that was how they were able to beat Creek last year, was they could match them up front, and I'm not sure they can this year as far as size and strength go. So, you know, I think it'll be a more competitive game than it was a year ago, and I think if Battery Creek can just kind of weather the storm early and stay in it, then I think they've got a real shot. You know, if McCollum runs all over them in the first quarter, then they're going to start hanging their heads a little bit, and it could get away from
Yeah.
them. But
I
it
wasn't
should be a good matchup.
I wasn't at it last year, but it was only a 10-point game last year, wasn't it? 17-7?
Yeah, it was fairly close. Yeah.
Yep, it was.
Okay, I
Pretty
thought
competitive.
it got away. I thought it got away up from them more than that for some reason.
No,
But-
it was.
It was closer than
It was a good
I
battle.
think people realized. I mean, I think Christian Academy played the better game.
Yeah.
Obviously, they won that game. They played the better
Yeah.
game throughout the
Yeah,
entire game. But
17-7 was the final.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I thought.
Yep.
I thought they
Especially
had gotten
looking
away
at
from 'em a little
back-
more than that for some
Yeah.
reason, but I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think it's got a chance to be a Donnybrook.
I'm now
Could be
looking.
a good one.
Honestly, I'm now
Yeah.
looking at that JP2 Hilton Head Christian game with some more intrigue. If I'm being honest.
I am too, just because of the
Yeah.
way JP2 ran the ball. I mean, it was really impressive. It's really
I know that
impressive.
Christian Academy team can play good defense, but I mean that's a very different looking JP2 team now, and it gives a
If
bit
you're
more
gonna
intrigue.
attack
when
them,
that-
though, it's on the ground is where you got to get them. So
The best part is we're going
you
to
know,
see those
that-
two teams play. We're going to see those
Twice.
two teams play twice this year. It's going to be fun. I'm
Same as-
excited for that.
Same as last
Yes.
year, yeah.
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 Good time.
One
Got
region,
a few
one non-region.
volleyball notes for you. Hilton Head Christian Academy looking good. They went up to Rock Hill and played in a tournament against a bunch of teams
They
from
are-
North Carolina and South Carolina. They went. They won their first 5. They went 3-0 in pool play, including a win over Charlotte Catholic to get the top seed. Then they beat Branchville in 2 sets, and then they beat Ashley Hall in 2 sets, and then they ran into a buzzsaw, Ambassador Christian out of North Carolina.
Lupton,
Took them down
Lupton and
25-21.
Hilton Head were also at that tournament, correct?
Oh, were they? I don't know.
I think they were, and the only reason I know that is because my aunt has a granddaughter that plays in Charlotte that was at that tournament. My
there you
uncle
go.
were at that tournament in Rock
Interesting.
Hill over the weekend.
It's a nice.
So my dad gave me the scoop.
Yeah.
I said
that,
this,
Yeah, it
uh,
looks
said
like
this-
it. Yeah,
Ted
because I'm
Bluffton
seeing
were there as well.
McMichael and East Mecklenburg on that schedule, so they must have been there. Yeah.
I said
I-
this
I
last
think
week.
it's-
I mean,
I think
Yeah.
it's East
you know-
Mecklenburg. I think that she goes to
Yeah.
school at.
Yeah, I believe
I said-
Bluffton played them and lost to them in 3 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
I'd
Bluffton-
say,
check in with my family on that this week.
you know,
Yeah,
I
well, I'm
said
just
this
looking at
last
the
week.
scores right now, and it looks like Bluffton lost to East Mecklenburg, and
Yep.
I don't see Hilton Head. Oh, yeah, they did. I guess Hilton Head was in that tournament as well. They played Cuthbertson and Clover. Clover
They had to
I
have
believe,
played
got
more
the
than
lowest
2
score.
games, though, so
Yep.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But what were you saying, Max?
I said this last week. Like that Hilton Head Christian volleyball team is looking
Pretty legit.
kind of dangerous. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
they're going to have to play 4A
Yeah.
volleyball, which is going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
that's not easy.
But I wouldn't put it past them. Now I'm looking at that JP2 Hilton Head Christian volleyball games when
Oh,
they come
that-
out because
No,
JP2 is
that's.
currently undefeated.
I think that's going to be legit.
Yeah.
JP2's looking good. And Hilton Head Christian's looking pretty solid too. Caitlin Jackson is really good. I know that.
Yeah.
She's going to play beach at Mercer. And I know she's not the only one they got. So I was going to see if JP2 posted their score yet tonight. Nope. They were playing
They were
Northwood
playing
tonight.
Henry was in action.
Patrick
Oh,
Henry got the dub tonight, courtesy of our friend the
Strickland.
Stricklander.
Straight
they
sets. They
won-
beat Buford
yeah.
Academy. They get the next week off.
23-14-18 for Patrick Henry girls. And then I know there was some. Yeah, that's about it. Volleyball wise, JP2's off to a great start. HHCA off to a good start as well. Patrick Henry gets the dub tonight, and we've got a bunch of teams playing tomorrow night, including Colleton County. I think Lily Mitchell might be at that one. JP2 going to Thomas Hayward. So we got a little, and then there's a good one on Thursday. Hilton Head Christian and May River at Bluffton, a try match.
Wow.
And those should all be pretty good matchups.
Those are
So
fun. You can
if
see
you're-
three teams
Yeah.
in one night. That's always nice.
I'm gonna try to get over there for a little bit of that if I can, because I love good volleyball. And that'll
Yeah.
be good volleyball.
Should be a good
And then,
preview
of course, Friday, lots of football coming
week
your way. So,
zero. How do you say it? Week
Zero.
zero?
Week
Zero.
zero. Week zero.
Yeah.
Zero. Shout out to a couple more sponsors. We got Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind and Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. If you want to become a sponsor, get in touch with us, LowcoSports@gmail.com or info@LowcoSports.com. Either one will get to me, and I'd love to talk to you about sponsoring what we do here, celebrating these local teams and athletes. All right, fellas, parting thoughts. Marcus Walsh, you're technically a guest, although you basically live here. What's your parting thought, brother?
Couple of quick ones. Big news out of Cleveland on both fronts. The Cleveland Browns have named their week 1 starter. It is Joe Flacco at the starting quarterback spot,
Sweet.
and I think it is the right move. If I'm being honest,
Yeah, it's
we'll see.
move
We'll see
you
if they can
expected.
resurrect what happened a couple of years ago. And then I've mentioned this guy several times in the last few months on this podcast and my own as well, and talking about Tom Hamilton, the voice of the Cleveland Guardians, who are currently underway, no score top 2 in Arizona. But Hammy, as we all love to call him, was awarded into the Cleveland Guardian Hall of Fame with a
Nice.
distinguished award in Heritage Park in center field in the ball game the other night, Saturday night against the Atlanta Braves, and it was by far his award ceremony before the game, and then him talking to Matt Underwood and Rick Manning on the telecast were by far the best moments of Saturday night at Progressive Field. Tough series for the
Yeah,
Guardians
baby.
against the Braves. Yeah,
Yeah, my
live it up,
Braves
Mac.
smoked y'all this weekend, man.
Live it
I
up.
hate the Brewers. I just hate the Brewers.
Brewers
So,
finally saw their
oh,
long
come on.
streak. Yeah.
Big news out of Cleveland
I'm
there. The
kinda-
Guardians
I-
got to turn it around
I hate
again.
saying this, Justin. I hate saying this, Justin. I'm kind of rooting for the Brewers this year. I
I'd love
like
them
how
to
they're
see
playing.
them to win a playoff series because it seems like they always play out early. They seem
Get
to
out of my
always start early in the
studio.
playoffs every year.
Get out of here!
Get out of my
That was good.
studio. I hate those guys.
Well, I'd
I
like
will
to
say
see the
my
Cubs do
Braves.
well. I'd like to see them win the wild. Like obviously they're in a decent spot in the wild card, but certainly they wanted more. They wanted to see that division
The Brewers
go
are
in their
just
favor, but
annoying right
Milwaukee
now.
just kind of ran
Quinn
away with it.
Priester is 11-2. Did they steal Dave Duncan's voodoo magic from the Cardinals clubhouse? What in the
Hey, my
world?
Braves were playing good. My Braves have been playing good baseball, but it's a
Braves
bit
have
too
won
late
5
for
in
them
a
now.
row.
CJ Kafis
They're
just hit his
they're
second
currently
home
down.
run as a guard.
Oh.
Here's
1-0
the
Cleveland.
thing. Here's the thing, though. My Braves are currently down 12-5 to the 44-80 Chicago White Sox.
Oh,
goodness.
no.
12-5.
Oh goodness.
That one's
Back
gonna leave
to
him
our
on.
old ways.
You
Back
got
to
any
our
other
old
parting
ways.
thoughts, Maxie?
What did I see? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
What do you got, Wes? While he's looking.
I got one. I got two actually. Speaking of baseball, I got JJ Chuck texted me the other day, and Carl Majinski was on the mound. I believe
Yeah.
yesterday
Been a while, hasn't it?
against your Cubbies, and I thought he pitched really well from what I saw.
Yeah,
and that's great to see because he was in the minors for at least a bit, but now he's back up.
Yeah.
4 strong innings of work, no earned runs, just 1 hit allowed. And he's gotten some more time as a starter over with the Pirates organization, and that is encouraging for him. Although
They could
maybe
use
see
it.
the bullpen did not do their end of the job, but Majinski is starting to get some time as a back end starter, and you'd love to see him continue to develop. It's kind of perplexing of like because they brought him up as a relief, they brought him down, they brought him back as a starter.
Classic Pirates.
I'm not quite sure what the organization is trying to do. Really do in general. The Pirates have been, other than like Paul Skeens and a couple of other guys, the Pirates have been really perplexing to me the last couple of seasons. And
they've been disappointing.
Well, they signed Key Brian Hayes to a long-term deal and then traded him away. Like just weird stuff.
Yeah.
What do you got, Max? Oh wait, did you have another one, Wes?
I did have one more.
Go ahead.
Cam Newton is getting his jersey retired by the Auburn Tigers. Of course, big news to me as a Carolina Panthers fan, but what a career he had over there in Auburn. Obviously, national champ in 2010, but won the Heisman Trophy that year, and certainly renowned over there in Auburn for that season. And good to see for him. Always a larger than life player, not just Auburn, but with the Panthers for a number of years, and certainly will always be beloved in both those spots. And it's always kind of cool.
They're
to
really
see
going to
him.
retire one though?
No, he wore 2 in Auburn.
Two. They're going to retire 2.
Yeah.
That's
he wore
they had to
October
use
11th.
They went to Carolina. He wore number 1
against Georgia.
I thought they had to use doubles of every number in college football now because they carried so dang many people. But good for him. That was probably for me the most fun to watch season of college football by an individual. Cam Newton was ridiculous in that season. It was so fun to watch.
He was a different animal, man.
What you got, Maxie? What's your parter?
I got 2. I saw today that Marco Beninelli, the former San Antonio Spurs player, did not know he was still playing basketball, but has announced that he is officially retiring from basketball after a long, I think, 13-year career playing professional basketball. Obviously, a former NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs, key player for that team. I think probably coming off the bench. I can't remember if he was a starter or not.
I want to say he was 6 man.
And I think he was also a three-point champion during the All-Star week as well at one point. So obviously a very, very successful career for Marco Beninelli. Happy trails. And the other one I had was obviously right around the corner. We got not long from now, just over a month, is the Ryder Cup is coming.
Ooh, yeah.
Is coming in just over a month, and I cannot wait for it to watch it over at I think it's at Bethpage, isn't it?
Bethpage, yes. Yep.
I think it's at Bethpage. And Have y'all been seeing all the
Maybe.
stuff regarding Bryson DeChambeau? I don't know if you guys have been
No.
seeing it on
I saw
social
something
media
about
and
earlier
stuff.
today. Yeah.
Talking about him being suspended and whatnot, and I was
He's
like,
gonna be on
really?
that team. Right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
he
that
needs to
team.
be on that team.
Did
Yeah.
y'all see the qualifiers
today.
for Team USA's team? Oh my.
Yes.
That is a stack. That's a stacked team. You know, Scotty Scheffler, JJ Spawn, Bryson DeChambeau. Just a unbelievable list of players. See if I can find this list.
Yeah, Harris English.
Yeah.
Wasn't Harris English an auto
Yeah.
qualifier?
English,
Harris
JJ
English
Spawn,
on it.
the U.S. Open champion
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, he
And
said
there,
him.
JJ Spawn.
He's good.
yeah, JJ
I
Spawn.
like him.
Very good.
See, the top 6 were. Let me see the top 6 here. Obviously, Scheffler. I think
he's good.
Xander Schauffele.
Yep.
Is also in that list. Russell Henley, Harris
Yep.
English, and Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah,
and that's
that's
your
all.
6 right there.
That's
Yeah.
a heck of a
That
list.
automatically qualified.
Not bad, although
That's
I
one
think
start.
Europe's
heck
got
of
a good group to counter with them right now.
Oh, yeah.
As always.
Yep, they really do.
Gosh, I love
and-
the Ryder Cup, man. I'm excited.
yeah,
It's fun.
it's especially with the U.S. The fans
Yeah.
get absolutely crazy.
Raucous.
So it looks like I don't know if they've right now the top 6 in Europe. McIlroy, McIntyre, Fleetwood, Rose, Hatton, and Lowry. All I don't know much about
Yeah.
McIntyre, but he's had a solid year. But
Yeah.
Europe has a lot of depth. I mean, you got Fitzpatrick, you got Hovland, you got Oberg
Mhm.
around that. So
And they're just machines.
yeah, they really are.
Just machines.
They really are.
It's hard to root against Tyrrell Hatton. I like that guy.
Well,
Sawed off
Yeah,
little
people
sucker.
do.
All right, well, I got one for you. Irmo lost a nail biter today. They lost 1-0 to Las Vegas in
Oh, man.
7 innings. First
So,
loss though for the South Carolina team.
I have
They'll
a question
play again
for
tomorrow.
you. I have a
Yeah.
question for you about that game. So it was when they went to extras, top of the 7th inning, runner on second. Obviously, you got the automatic runner. They chose to bunt him over. How often do you see that in like the major leagues where it's the top of the inning, you want to be aggressive and you give up an out, you bunt the guy over, 1 out, runner on third, they don't score, they strike out twice, I think. I don't know. You need to be more aggressive. You can be swinging.
Honestly, I would have gone and seen if I could get a base hit. Honestly,
Yeah,
But
generally,
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Generally, I wouldn't probably bunt in the top of the inning. I don't know. It depends where you are in your order, I guess.
I think they
True.
were like pretty. I don't know. I think it was Milder. I don't remember, but I think there was I remember the announcer was talking about the guy.
I will say it's harder to
I would
move
think
runners in that little league game with the closed
Yeah.
bases than it is in real
Yeah.
baseball. So
I would think
like,
with a game of high importance, though, you would think it'd be go the more aggressive route, I guess, in that situation. But I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
A
an
lot of
iffy-
times
it's
though,
an
you lay
iffy
down a
situation.
bunt, he throws it into right field, and now we got a guy on second again, and we just scored a run.
That's a good point.
Right.
That's
Right.
a very good point.
Yep.
I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. You got to score when you bat first in that situation, because if you don't score, then they are going to bunt him over, and then anything gets him in, and the game's over.
Yep.
So you got to
Yeah.
score when you bat first.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And if you think your best shot is to bunt him over, then maybe that's what you do. But Irmo against Honolulu tomorrow. That'll be a
That's
battle.
gonna be
3
tough.
o'clock.
That's gonna be
We'll try
tough.
to stay alive.
Hawaii always brings really strong teams,
Hawaii's
so
got
that's going to
great
be a
teams,
really,
too.
really tough game.
Yeah, they're tough.
They always
And
have
then-
strong teams.
My other one was that while we were on here, if you saw me looking over at the TV and laughing, it was because they were showing 30 for 30 about the Yankees Red Sox rivalry, and it showed when Pedro threw Don Zimmer down on the
Oh my
ground.
God.
Still a great
what
moment.
memories?
Still
What
a good one.
nothing like that. What that rivalry was in the early 2000s. I have decent.
was
I
epic.
have vague memories of it because I was young and I watched a bit of it, but I just remember from what I
Yeah.
watched, it was crazy intense, like
When
much more.
Pedro
Than,
threw
almost-
Don Zimmer down, man, that was hilarious.
That's still a
Yeah.
good
And
one.
I love
Yeah.
Don Zimmer.
Yeah.
And I
If I'm being honest,
just heard
now-
Tim McCarver's reaction recently too. He just threw Don Zimmer, who's 72 years old, to the ground. What
Yeah,
the
that's a
heck
good
is
one.
he doing?
Yeah, that's a good
Hey,
one.
Don Zimmer
Essentially,
bull
he said.
rushed him, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, he did bull rush him. I'd say this. I feel like now that rivalry is kind of pathetic at this point.
Yeah,
Well,
It's not
the,
what it
the
used to
fans
be.
will try to make it a rivalry, but just
It's
in
just
terms
not.
of
I mean, they
No.
hate each other, but
they
not
still
like
they
do,
do.
but it's
each other.
nowhere when it was when it was the early 2000s when you had
It's. I feel like
guys
now
like
it's
Pedro and
only
then
good.
A-Rod, Derek
It's only
Jeter.
good.
No
I think
Mario
nowadays-
Zeta.
That got to another level, especially
Yeah.
I think
the
nowadays, if you want that
2003,
rivalry to be
2004
really,
was insane.
yeah,
You-
I would think now, like if you want that rivalry to be really good, you have to have those two teams as your top two teams in the AL East.
it really hasn't
Otherwise-
happened recently.
Well,
Um,
and
That's
then
the
they
other-
need to
Yeah.
butt heads in the
That you
playoffs.
wait for them.
I mean,
That
Right.
you wait for them
Yeah.
to play each other in a wild
They-
card game
Get
or
them-
They've
a
rarely been
playoff
both
game.
good at the same
Get them in
time.
the ALCS.
That's it. The stakes haven't been as high
Right.
since they
Like,
were
they
in
met.
that,
They
that
met
era.
in 18 when Brock Holt hit for the cycle in Yankee Stadium. But other than that, hasn't been.
I tell you,
That
the
or you see them in a
rivalry.
playoff game with Angel Hernandez screwing up every
Yep.
time there's a play at first base.
Yeah.
The rivalry that really has been attracting my eye certainly is out west, and that's
Yeah.
San Diego and LA.
Yeah,
That's
that's been a
turning
big
into
rivalry.
like the new big rivalry in
Yeah.
all the baseball. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
been
definitely. Padres are moving in on the Giants' corner as far as being the
a Giants.
big
Yeah.
rival to the Dodgers right now. So
It was always.
All right,
I mean,
boys.
that
I was
Giants-
really high on
Yeah,
San
that's
Diego
enough
this
for
year.
that.
yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
Yep.
They stacked up that bullpen at the break.
Yeah.
Yes,
or
they
at the
did.
deadline. All right, boys, good stuff tonight. We talked with Ryle Owens, our resident pro hooper. Although I didn't realize we had a couple other pro hoopers out there now. I didn't realize Nigel
Yeah.
Boozer was about to make that leap
Oh,
either.
yeah.
So that's cool to see. And great to catch up with Ryle. Wish him the best in Chile this year. And great to check out the highlights. Good job on the highlights Friday night, boys. We got a bunch of people going out to cover games this Friday. So check us out Friday night for Loco Pigskin Live. And then we told you about some volleyball and parting thoughts. Good stuff. We'll probably take tomorrow night off. I don't think we need to run it back again tomorrow. But we'll definitely be around on Thursday for Loco Pigskin
Oh, yeah.
preview.
Preview
if not before then.
Why
14
not?
games
Why
late.
would we ever not do a Thursday night
Yeah,
show?
we'll
Why not?
probably get a Wednesday show in. We'll see. But we're definitely doing a Thursday show, and then we'll see you Friday for Loco Pigskin Live. So that'll do it for this one.
Sure.
Thanks so much to everybody who was a part of it. Thanks to Ryle Owens for sitting down with us, and thanks to all of our sponsors, and thanks to you for showing up to listen or watch. For Marcus Walsh, Max Araj, and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.